Welcome back. Let's talk about this other story. Let's go to Nairobi, Kenya. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Let's go to Nairobi, Kenya. I was an ambitious woman with a promising career. I married my husband, hoping we would build a life of mutual respect and support. What does that mean? What does that mean? Sometimes when people use big English, I want them to break it down. Okay, I get accused of using big English sometimes. Sometimes me too, I'm tired of it. Like, okay, can you break that down? What do you mean? I want to know exactly what you are feeling. So if you're talking to me, I will make you do the work. Like that work. Like tell me what you're feeling. I want you to be fully honest with me. Promise you, I'm not gonna say you're a liar because they're feelings. These are your experience, right? Experiences. I want you to tell me how you feel. Tell me what you saw and what it made you feel, right? So she was hoping she would live a life of mutual respect and support. I would want her to paint a picture. Like tell me what did that look like, right? Is it you're traveling the world, you have 4 children, you have 3 children, you have 2 children, or you have two set of twins, right? And we live happily ever after in Atlanta, Georgia, you know? What does that look like? Paint that picture. Well, anyway, that's what she thought. But usually when people say, did you have this conversation at the beginning? They're usually using big English that really never breaks it down to what the events would be and what the feelings that will follow, the subsequent feelings that will follow. Why? How come they can't talk about that? Because they don't have the experience, right? They don't have anything, the memory to pull out, right? So this is why it's almost inevitable that everybody that goes into marriage, every single one of them, everybody that say I do, they don't know what they're doing. Every single one of them go collect. Okay, that's not to say you shouldn't do premarital counseling. I'm just saying don't have unrealistic expectations of yourself. Okay, how do you do that? Be open to constant learning. You're entering new phases every year, every 2-3 years. You need to be open. Some of those changes will shake you up, will shake things up, right? And then it will feel like it's the end of the world. But if you just remember what I just told you right now, just in case you've never been married before, then you remember that, okay, this is just a new phase. I'm entering a new phase. There's pressure. Tiwa. I get it, right? I completely get it. And again, some of those phases, some people say it's the 3 years, it's the 5 years, it's the 7 years, it's the 10 years mark. Something is going to have, there's a massive crisis. It will feel massive to at least one of the partners, right? So usually the other partner will catch it late and then they will feel like this person just changed on me. They pretended all along.
Everything I do, I will.
They pretended all along. That's what's wrong with these people. They all marry for the wrong reasons. Some people marry for money. How did you know? How did you know they marry for the wrong reason? Why? You just feel like telling that story? No. Everybody go collect. Most of when.
He shock you.
Everybody might collect. It's just the way it is. Okay. Now, obviously, the sooner you start learning, the easier it will be. Okay? The easier, the less difficult it will be as you travel through this journey called marriage. But guess what? I know it's easy for us to blame it on marriage. Welcome, Natu. It's very easy for us to blame it on marriage. Yeah, right. This is just life. All right? Even if you try to do life alone, you go still collect. So these are just skill sets. Like these are life skills. Okay, these are life skills essentially. Okay, obviously there's a little extra accent to it when you're dealing with marriage because romantic / duty, responsibility / romance is supposed to be a lover, homie, lovers and friend. Yeah, I know it's confusing. Yeah, I know. But trust me. You just have to be a student. Just be a student and then you'll be fine. So anyway, let's get back to Nairobi, Kenya. She said, I married my husband, hoping he would build a life of mutual respect and support. Instead, I found myself constantly overshadowed by my husband's accomplishments. Oh, yeah, those type. You know how you have a very accomplished husband. He's doing well. He's an executive. Like, you have everything you need. Birkin's bag, all of the above, right? I don't know why I said Birkin's bag, but, you know. There are days that I will try to remember the Birkin's bag name here that I'll forget. I won't remember. But anyway, life is good. There's money, all of that. And it's an accomplished guy, right? But she's feeling overshadowed. And then when she starts to talk about this stuff, she's asking for quality time, or it's like, okay, you always speak all your friends over me. I feel unseen. And then as a man, you start to feel like, is this woman jealous of my success? I'll be waiting to happen for here. Yeah, you know that feeling, gentlemen? Yeah, I know, it's confusing. Because now, you're caught up in your own feelings. So you start to look at your wife as, is she the enemy or something? Is she enemy of progress? I mean, enemy of progress, what they call it. Anyway, these are some of the issues, okay? This is what she might mean if she says my husband doesn't see me. He rarely acknowledged my successes, treating me as an accessory to his life rather than an equal partner. Equal partner. So she doesn't feel like an equal partner, okay? And then the man will say, equal partner. What is this, some kind of feminism stuff? We don't do that in my household. You better do what you... Stoic. They're using their voice to say stoic. Stoic. Right? Could it work? It's not working. Right? This is the beginning of the fear of the pool boy. You know what the pool boy is? Okay. Let me stop with that. The emotional neglect left me feeling insignificant. My self-esteem eroding day by day. Baba, if your wife is starting to use all of these big psychological words and she's not doing it as a profession, and she starts to use, Baba, you know, the collect, your marriage is disappearing in front of your face. If she's using all these big psychological words, there's a chance that she's reading some books, she's paying attention to some rhetoric, and she's probably leaving your ass. Anyway, let's keep going. I didn't say that's your fault. It's not a matter of fault. It's not a matter of fault. It's just something to pay attention to. We don't deal in faults here. We don't deal in blame, judgment, any of that kind of stuff. We don't do that. All right. We focus on empowering you that you're listening to me. Okay, whoever you are. That's what I want to focus on. That's what I've chosen to focus on with my work. Okay. So she said, so she felt like an accessory to his life rather than an equal partner. The emotional neglect left me feeling insignificant. My self-esteem eroding day by day. I received a promotion at work and excitedly shared the news with my husband. He barely reacted. Quickly changed the subject to his own work. Oh, that type. Oh, yeah. Tons and tons of stories like this. Making me feel my success didn't matter. I suggested ideas for a joint project we could work on together. But my husband waved off my ideas, saying that they wouldn't work, leaving me feeling belittled and unheard. I juggled my demanding job and household responsibilities, ensuring everything was in order. My husband took my efforts for granted, never thanking me or offering help, making me feel like my hard work was invisible. I talked about my aspirations to start a new venture. Okay. All right. So she seems like she has a lot, right? She got a promotion from work, right? She's with a husband who is well accomplished. So these people, money is probably not their problem, right? Money will eventually become their problem, I promise you, and then they will record it as finances at the court. But at this point, that's not the root cause, right? I talked about my aspirations to a new venture. My husband dismissed it as impractical, crushing my enthusiasm and making me feel unsupported and alone in my dreams. In social settings, my husband often introduced me merely as his wife. Wait, what? This is what it becomes. My husband merely introduces me merely as his wife without mentioning my accomplishments. You know what that means? It's just that bad. I don't think most women are just looking for you every time they introduce you. But if never, you never accomplish any, like you never acknowledge that she's also somebody doing something, or every time she actually gets a promotion, she doesn't even get like some kind of excitement. It's usually dismissed so quickly and you move on, because yes, she will multiply it. She will stretch it out for you. So now she's saying, even when she's been introduced, it's just like, my wife. Listen, it's 2024. A lot of people don't appreciate that. They don't want to just be the wife. All right. Now, some men might overreact to that and say, what's wrong? What's wrong with being a wife? A wife is just a wife. What's the big deal in that? Well, this is where active listening comes in. Like, if you really think that's weird, why don't you ask for that? Why is that a thing? Why don't you listen a little bit closer and say, why is that a big deal for you, babe? Why don't you share with me? Tell me why that's a big deal for you. She'll probably dig in a little deeper and tell you more what's going on behind the scenes in terms of her emotions, and then you can use that in your favor. But if you lose patience before you get to that, you collect, And it's not just you collecting. She don't collect already. That's why she's sharing it, okay? So she said, I felt like I was just an accessory to my husband's life, not recognized for my own achievements and identity. I tried to gain my husband's recognition. All right, now that's a very exhausting feat, to always be trying to see if you can just see that I'm doing well too. Some people have this problem with their parents. Their parents never see. When we grew up, some people, this trauma started for them long before they were married. When they were growing up, if they get 96, the parents will say, hey, where's the rest of the 4 points? Right? Nigerians, we understand that, right? They got 98, like, what happened to the 2 points? The 2 points, the people that had the 2 points, do they have 2 heads? So imagine that person gets married to you. They run away from home at the age of, 28, and they're like, you know what? I'm tired. And they come to you and they have to experience the same thing all over again. And then you're wondering, like, where's this coming from? Can you listen long enough to her for her to break down and say, you know what, I just feel like all my life nobody appreciates everything I do. You see, this theme of feeling unappreciated is coming up over and over again. Gentlemen, I'm saying this is not necessarily a matter of it's your fault. It's just something you need to pay attention to, because you don't have to end up in divorce just because it's your fault. But you will feel that pain that you lost your family. It will be painful. Anyway. But what about me? Absolutely. Let's talk about you. We can talk about you too, bro. Like, you're not firewood now. We can talk about you too, but let's address this one first today. I was running from the painful awareness that my husband might never truly value my contribution. Okay. She's saying she's now aware that it will. You know how people will just conclude that there's no solution to this? Listen. A lot of people are seeking help, but a whole lot more people, I gotta be honest with you, a whole lot more people are just living in the misery because they've concluded that nothing good is gonna come out of this. OTD Baraku is over. It's a wrap. But anyway, for this lady, what are your thoughts? What can she do? I know Babe Bosoms have been saying counseling and therapy. What can she do? What are your thoughts? Share your thoughts with me in the chat, in the comments later on. I'm listening, okay? If you're going through this kind of stuff, you know where to find me. There are absolutely things you can do. But I want to hear the audience. What are your thoughts? What can she do? All right? And let me know. I'm looking for my buttons here. There you go. Yeah. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Check out this next segment. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com.